Hello, hello. I am so glad that you were able to join today. Thank you for your time. If you're watching the replay, thanks for doing that as well. I wanted to start off today with just talking a little about this little phenomenon that we have. First of all, Amazon is really an amazing program. Being an Amazon influencer is amazing. It has its perks. And it's definitely one of the top e-commerce websites. And you now have your own storefront on that website. So you, you got to give them credit, okay? Uh, but, but every day, or at least every week, you drive on site sales that Amazon doesn't pay you commission for. It's true. It's true. Amazon doesn't think you deserve the commission. Now, if it's off-site, the sales, you'll get commissions on it if it's off-site. Okay. But on-site is different. They have their criteria, which are most likely like buried in the TOS or in our rate card somewhere. I'm not sure. And if something's not in the right category or um, based on the piece of content, maybe it's a video or ideas list or whatever, that the person consumed, they feel that, nope, that person was on site already. And so you get zilch, right? So that commission is lost. And if you just want to see all those items, you can use this old hack. I mean, Stephanie Faith told us about this hack like maybe, I don't know, 2 years, maybe 3 years ago. It's been a while. And we all thank you for that, Stephanie. But, it involves weaving in and out of your consolidated reports until you find the sweet spot. Personally, I never really liked looking at those sales reports because it's kind of depressing. Like, sales are happening, but I'm not getting paid. So, like, why should I care? you know? And then, a lot of people found that there was some value in knowing what people were buying, but I don't know. But now, but now Amazon has introduced the creator connections. And so some of this has changed because the beauty of sales for products in creator connections is that Amazon doesn't cut off your commission based on some bizarre formula or criteria that they have. The brands are paying you. So Amazon doesn't care about the categories or any of that stuff. But there is one huge hurdle that you have to overcome. And it's simple, not easy, because I just told you about how you have to jump through all these hoops. It's not easy, but it is simple. You need to accept that Creator Connections campaign. That's all you have to do. I mean, with over 300,000 Creator Connections campaigns, it would be like looking for a needle in a haystack, that old cliche, if you didn't have reporting. Or because what could happen is, let's just say you do what I was talking about earlier, where you go, you're looking at your on-site, then you go back to your consolidated reports, then you click on your off-site, the other way around. Doesn't matter, right? You do all this stuff, and then you see this list, and you could go down this list of items, and you're going to automatically know some of them you don't have a video for, you don't have Uh, and you could go one by one and look and see if it has creator connections, one by one by one. And depending upon how many you have in that list, that could be pretty time consuming and pretty long to do. But the key is, as long as you accept that campaign, those things that are unqualified for Amazon commission can still earn the creator connections commission. So it's it's a crazy scenario that we all have to deal with, but the oink extension, this is why so many people are excited about the oink extension, solves that problem because there's a narrow window from the time that customer places that order and before it actually ships. If you can find out what that product is and if it has a creator connections and you go and you accept it, if you can do that before that shipment goes out, then you get the creator connections commission. You don't get the Amazon commission because remember I told you Amazon has all these rules, but you get the creator connections from the brand. And we kind of call this the loophole because that makes it so much easier to describe than everything that I just said, right? So we kind of call it the loophole. We lovingly refer to it that way. And, we see a lot of people, especially when they first start using Oink, they're like, oh my God, look at all this money I'm making now because of Oink. And, of course, Oink also looks at all of the videos or content, because it could be ideas lists or whatever, that you even have on your storefront to make sure. So when you first start using Oink, it makes sure that even your existing content that you have created videos for, that you accept all of those campaigns. Otherwise, you would just get your regular Amazon commission, because you did make produce a piece of content for it. But that loophole, we all need to take advantage of that loophole as long as it's around, because you never know when things can change. Although I don't foresee it changing, me personally, I just want to put that out there. But I just want to make sure that everyone knows that this is a big difference here between sales that come in from your on site that Amazon disqualifies you for, that you don't earn commission. But if there's a Creator Connections campaign and you accept that campaign before that item ships, you get the money from the brand. Okay? Yay, I got some claps on that. Thank you, Antoine. And yeah, I just want to make sure that everybody is clear about that. People are saying, I love Oink. Uh, Amazon isn't losing money, they aren't paying it. Right, Roxy. Hey, Lorraine. And also, let's see, Andrew, still don't have Cam and Mike hooked up back up yet. Hopefully by this evening. Dropped off the trouble hard drive and Geek Squad informed me the cost could be higher, ranging from 1,400 to 3,000. So working on adjusting my setup a bit so I can multitask and do more a bit easier. Wow. Wow. Yeah, hardware failures are, yeah, I lost my old iMac and I had to take it in. I didn't have any kind of backups, but I thought I got this big Mac. This was my old uh, iMac, the Intel based one. But anywho, and Roxy has a list of tools over on Bendable. And Antoine is saying the same thing that I said to to Andrew. Yeah, use the cloud. And I know also Lane had mentioned, yeah, have things backed up. That's fine to have them on the hard drives too, and the NAS and all that stuff. But yeah, I also still have it in the cloud. In fact, I have it in the cloud in two places, with Google and with Amazon and with Apple. And you say, "Well, you got to pay." Yeah, okay, I'll pay. I'll pay.
Keep in mind, you also have it backed up on Amazon as well. And if you use the Fluencer Fruit tool, you can easily download. She gives you all the links in a spreadsheet for all your videos. So that is another backup as long as Amazon doesn't take the video down.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, but I think Andrew's problem are is going beyond Amazon right now since he's having problems with his hard drive. He's but anyway, absolutely, and Oink does the same thing. Actually, well, we're going to let's get into the tools. Let's get into the tools here. All right, but I wanted to just put that out there. And I know that a lot of people don't really understand like the beauty of, well, why is this Oink so special? Why is everybody freaking out over it? You get that little, you don't have to go in one by one and look, does this have creative connections? Because let me tell you something that I've noticed prepping for today and using some of the tools that I'm going to talk about. Sometimes site stripe is wrong and it does not show that there's a creator connections. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a timing issue but the tools are showing me that there's a creative connections, but site stripe doesn't show it. So, if you're doing it one by onesie, just use the free oink if that's what you need. What really, I still do the manual checks. Oh, yes, sometimes the site stripe is wrong. And I think it might be a timing issue. It may have something to do with the dates. I'm not really sure. The ones that I saw at least three of them in the last 2 days, and they were all campaigns that had just started like 2 or 3 days before. So I don't know, but still, that's a long time. 2 and 3 days that you would still miss it if that's what you're doing, manually going and looking. So yeah. Roxy says she noticed it too. Antoine said, I just don't want to get into managing hardware. Yeah, me either. Andrew said, I have a cloud. It would cost me $2,000 a month. Wow. Yeah, you got a lot of data. I do manual checks too when I know the product has a CC campaign in the past. However, I do double check. Yeah. So it's time consuming to check manually, then go over to create connections. Yeah. But anyway, I think since I see CC campaign earlier as per my ranking, it won't show up on Stripe yet. Okay, David. Yeah, if you figured out why it doesn't show up, that's cool. But it's just like and of course, there's no fail safe with the tools either because remember the tools are pulling from Amazon. So depending upon where that API is connecting, the tools can sometimes fail as well. You know, so you can't really fault the tool because it's only pulling in the data that it's getting from Amazon. So yeah, Amazon's a beast. We all know that. All right, so here's something. Now let's think about creator connections and also thinking about this new affiliate program that we have access to. If anybody has a connection with this brand and it's called Active, please invite them to Logie, okay? Because I don't know anybody at Active, but this has got to be one of the best, and y'all let me know if y'all seen anything better. The best creator connections campaigns briefs I've ever seen. Okay, they just quickly tell you what the commission rate is 40%. Then they go into where all their other campaigns are. They have a deal schedule, they have campaign assets with images, I think they might have had videos. I'm not sure. But all the images that will walk somebody through the steps of how to use these different cleaning products. And they have a dedicated Instagram. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot the most important thing up at the top. 40% commission, a $1 million budget. I don't know, that's a lot of zeros. Is that, did I say that right? Yeah, 1 million. They tell you why you should use active. You know, this is what you can use in your promotion. Tag or collab with us on active socials. They tell you what to use and how to connect with them on social media. They're giving this promo code. Now, this promo code is for everybody, yourself if you want to invest, but also to give to your customers. And it's valid all the way through the end of the year. They give you a Google form to sign out for free samples. And with $1 million budget, you probably nobody's getting turned down for samples. Like you could be brand new and they'd be like, yeah, we'll send you some samples. And an email address. So you don't have to use a stupid messaging system. So I have not seen another brand be so thorough on their campaign briefs. What do y'all think? Is it just me? Rock. Oh, wait a minute. David says I have a few of their products. They are good. Who was it again? I missed it. It's called Active. They sell appliance wipes. They sell mold remover. They sell. There's a few things that they sell. Just search for Active. Just go on Creative Connections and search for Active. 40% commission, y'all, and it's not some little rinky dink brand that you have problems communicating with. All right. So one of you all need to invite them to Logie, okay? Because they are on it. You can tell the people that are running there, and they're only on Amazon, or you could buy it from their website. So they are Amazon people. They probably would totally understand Logie. Stephanie says, sorry, I'm all over the place today, but another random tip. When you fill out one of those forms for samples, send a message to the brand letting them know you have. This is for me/you, not the brand. So I don't fill it out again. Yeah, but like I said, also, Stephanie, they have an email address right there on the form, on their campaign, I mean. So this is like the creme de la creme of creator connections campaigns. If there's anybody else that y'all have seen that are doing it good like these folks are, shout them out, because someone may have a connection with this brand and we can all send active a message. Yep, everybody. And everybody can definitely get free products from them. They got $1 million. So they're not playing, and they don't have 100 campaigns out there. Okay. So Sandy is like, y'all late. I already sent them. Thank you, Sandy, for taking action. Yes. Yes. Okay. And I think the more people that they hear about Logie from, the better. And I just wanted to bring that to your attention because I know we see a lot of Creator Connections campaigns and they just, what they have written sucks. Sometimes it's not even in English, or, they don't even use our alphabet. Like, what? But, Amazon allows this. So what can we do? All right. So now, let's take a look at, wait a minute, hang on before I screen share again. Let me look at what you guys are saying here. Yeah, in fact, they will fill up their campaign and run out of money, but they tend to keep them going. Great. Thanks, Michelle. So Michelle's familiar with it. And I noticed some of the companies, this is Andrew, that use the Google Forms try to slip in verbiage for them to use your content on socials, etc., without compensation. So keep a close eye on the verbiage they use so you don't get screwed out of pay for copyrights, short term or long term licensing. And honestly, I think they can put whatever they want in that campaign. I still think that if they use your content without your permission, that Amazon will still go after them or shut them down or whatever. But I don't know what Amazon does, but I still think you can file that claim. Okay. So Roxy says, yes, I've noticed that. Makes me mad when it's on page two. Well, yeah, that's one thing as you're looking through those campaigns. If you see that verbiage in there, then you don't even want to do that campaign. And uh, Oink has this cool feature. Let's just say a specific brand, ABC Toys, right? And you can just X ABC Toys and you never see their campaigns again. Question does from Antoine, does Creator Connections report get updated later in the day? Everybody's trying to figure out the timing of the Creator Connections reports, Antoine. And I will say to this first part of your question, yes, it gets updated later in the day. Next, let me finish reading. Reason I ask, I check in the morning and most of the time it says zero. Then later in the day, I get numbers. Yes, that's right. That's how it goes. The Creator Connections report is run separate. The timing of it changes. Like yesterday, I was already on, already had the windows open or whatever, and it updated. And that was only at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But normally it's like 5, 6, 7 p.m. Eastern. But for some reason, yesterday it updated at 3, which was good because I did have a few that I found from Oink. Some blouses that I never seen before. And, that's the beauty of it. You never saw them before. You didn't even know the product exists. You didn't even know Amazon sold this product because you didn't even know there was a product. And you get commissions. The Creator Connections commissions. Let me be clear. And yeah, it starts for me around noon and seems to finish around 2 or 3 West Coast time. That's David. Yep. But I guess the key to what Antoine is saying in the morning for us in the East Coast, 7, 8 o'clock at the latest a.m. Usually it's around 6. It used to be around 5, but it moved to around 6 a.m. Eastern. Now, sometimes I don't even check it until after 7 or 8 because I get disappointed when I still see those zeros sitting up there, right? So I just wait. I'm like, give them time. They're slow. They got a lot to process, right? And so in the morning is your regular commissions, on site and off site, but it's not until later in the afternoon. It's always afternoon will you start to see the creator connections come through. Roxy, not on the campaign, on the Google form applying for a sample. Okay. Wow. That's interesting. Thanks, Roxy, for bringing that up. On the Google form is where they claim that they own your content or they're trying to steal your copyright. Yeah, definitely just be careful of that. Stephanie says there's also days where it doesn't update at all, then catches up a day or sometimes even 2 days later. Now, Stephanie, I tend to think when that happens is because the item didn't ship yet. And so it's kind of hard to track the shipping of items that are creator connections. If anybody figures out how to do that, jumping through all the hoops. But normally, if it doesn't show up for a couple of days, I assume that it's because the item hadn't shipped yet. So there you have it. Because you can see that it's sold. And especially if it's one that you're like, all right, I know I should be getting this money because I got a video for that. And it's like, they can't deny me. unless the person says, ah, never mind, I didn't really want that, or they cancel the order or whatever. But for the most part, the person's order went through, but you still didn't get the commission. That's because it didn't ship yet. So that could be. I also have 0 sales days. Yes. Oh, yeah. Ditto. Roxy, I don't watch my sales too much. I don't want to focus on what I did or didn't make. Tiring. Exactly. That's what the beauty of the Oink extension. You don't really have to like go and look because Oink is going to pull that data and let you know what you need to accept or if there's nothing for you to accept. Megan, hey Megan, I saw some Samsung TVs that sold and it had 50% commission, but I never got the commission. What was the email that I should reach out to them about? Is I don't know. Is there a special Creator Connections email? Does anyone know? Has anyone ever had that problem with missing commissions? I see people all the time saying they never get any resolution with the missing commissions. And I don't know if they're scenarios, the exact same scenario that you're having, Megan. I'm not trying to discourage you from going after it, but I don't know. I don't know if there's a special other than the regular support. If I find out, I will definitely let you know. Stephanie said, Stephanie, would you like to turn on your mic? I'm kind of getting parched here. Let's see.
Hello.
Hey,
Sorry,
I'm
we had to
sorry.
pause the TV.
That's okay. Can you read your question? I didn't get a chance to read it.
Oh, it's not a question. So
Oh,
I'm just going back to the conversation before this, but I had a brand on Creator Connections that I worked with. I really loved their products. They sent me a couple of different samples and I created the initial content. And then I reached back out to them for like, I'd like to continue working with you guys. And so they sent me like a 2-page document in Google Docs or something like that. And in that secondary agreement that they sent me, that said that they retain the copyright to all the content that's produced for their brand. And that's when I just dropped everything. I never even responded to them because I'm like, not interested anymore.
exactly.
So in
Yeah.
that case, what you do is called redlining. So you just go through the document and cross out the things that you don't like and then just resubmit it to them.
Oh, I never thought of putting putting that effort into it. I just figured
Yeah.
this is what they want. I'm not interested.
No, no, you can, that's a part of the negotiation, if or, the other option is you can agree to those terms, but then you tack on a fee that goes along with that. So, what's that video worth to you?
Okay, thank
So,
you. I can
yeah.
keep these in
Let
mind for the future because
And I mean, you could the way that you could pose it to him too is, the thing. I'm glad that you're interested. I have two options for you based on the contract that you've sent me. Here's one where you pay me, or here's the other one where we take this clause out, and then let them decide from there which way to go.
okay. Yeah,
So
that's a great idea. Thank you.
yeah, and the way
Brilliant.
I look at it, it's kind of like talking to kids. If I don't know if you have kids or not, but if you
Yeah,
tell them, okay, this is option A and this is option B, choose one, right? They're gonna choose something. Both of them come out in your favor, so go with whatever what they want.
that's
So,
exactly how I deal with my kids. It's
yep.
very
So hopefully that helps you.
thank you.
I'd
Um,
be I'd be good if whenever if you do that, I'd be curious to know what your follow up is as well. If you care to share next week or so.
well, we'll see. I don't know that I'm gonna. This was months ago, so I don't know if I'm gonna reach back out to this
Uh,
particular brand. But it's great advice for moving forward.
yeah, absolutely.
Can I jump back to what Megan Hunt was saying too, about if Samsung, let's say, has a 50% commission on Creator Connections, make sure that it is Samsung selling the TV that was purchased because any other like reseller can come on Amazon and sell a Samsung TV. And if it's mom and pop in California or whatever, not Samsung, then you don't earn the commission from Creator Connection. It has to be the brand that posted the campaign to Creator Connections.
Yeah, different sellers. And that's something else that you have to be. mindful of. And there's just one reason, another reason for that you don't get paid. Sorry. Chalk it up. Especially when on a case where you didn't even have a video or a piece of content for it anyway.
I could also say if you saw the sale come through like an on-site or something, you could download the report and find that particular ASIN and see if it was a third-party sale or not. Because I think that if it is, that means it would have come from one of those like mom and pop stores. I could be wrong about that, but maybe somebody else might have some info on that.
Yeah, I think we should try to take a look, and maybe that could be a future topic or, segment of one of these sessions where we actually show where that data lies. Okay, so let's take a look. I think we got through all the comments and things that were there. Let's- I actually still have a couple more things to go over here. So I was thinking about report tools that we use for product research, and IPX, although we know that is a Chrome extension that's going away, or it's going to slowly die. It's not going away. He's not going to pull it, but he's just not going to keep updating it. Then there's Fluencer Fruit, which is one that we're going to look at. Oink. And I do want to show you a little trick that I use for the YouTube shopping extension. And then we're not going to talk about viral view, but I wanted to add it here because most of the folks that are investing and they're using something like Fluencer Fruit, or they use viral view. You don't need both. However, viral view does have a free tier. I got to tell you, I've never used it. I'm not endorsing it. I'm just letting you know. Like, IPX I use, Fluencer Fruit I just started using. Oink I've been using, you guys know I was promoting that before it was even a real extension. YouTube shopping, I have my pros and cons about it. Viral view, never used it. Just want to put it out there so that you know, because they do have a free version. Okay, so here's an example of um, a product. Naturally Kids Stuffed Animal. This is a Logie product. You get 6 little unicorns. That's so cute. When I saw it, it just like made me say, I just felt, oh, cool when I saw that. And so if you haven't saw that under Logie product opportunities, check it out. And it's offering a 20% commission. So there's more I wanted to tell you about that, but I don't think I'm prepared with the screenshot yet. So let's just move on to the next example here. Here's another brand. This is a Logie brand that is phenomenal. These Artistro brand. This one is a 20% commission, and they have the best sellers badge. They sold 3,000 last month. Okay. So it's one that I'm going to talk a little bit more about in a minute. Now, this one just came up. I don't know if you guys remember when I was showing you, one of the things I like to do is go to the top creators pages and look at those trending picks up at the top of the page. So that's how I ran across this bread maker, because believe me, I am not going to be making bread. But when I saw this, I was like, oh, this is cool. It's got an Amazon Choice badge. Because remember, we're thinking about the little criteria we're going to use when we're doing product research. Is it a Logie product? Does it have a bestseller badge? Does it have a Amazon Choice badge? Does it, all these different things that we went over last week. And this one just so happens to be also sold at Walmart. So if you're a Walmart creator, check this out. All right. So I use the YouTube extension. Now, for some reason, the YouTube extension is just, they should just call it the Walmart extension and others, because if it's at Walmart, that's going to be the first one you're going to see. But this is so funny, guys. Let's say you did a YouTube video for it, right? You could promote Amazon, but you could also, because YouTube doesn't have rules against this, mention that this is also available in Walmart. But guess what? It's only 99 bucks on Amazon. The same bread maker is, I believe it's the one at the bottom, is 212. So it's more than twice. And then there's another one that's very similar, and it says Walmart is the seller, is $299. The same bread maker. So this is, to me, this is all part of doing product research. Okay. So these things are super popular. 3,000 of them sold. It's Amazon's choice. It's got 840 reviews with a 4.6 star rating. Now, Walmart's not always this much more expensive than Amazon, believe me. But in this case, I just wanted to show you this as an example, because when you're doing product research, it would be cool if you could also check out what's going on over on some of the other retailers, especially if you're a creator there. Let's see. Hang on. Oh, you guys got a lot of comments coming in. Viral view free is fine for me. So Roxy's using that. Okay, great. Never use Fluencer Fruit, Viral View, or Amazon Shopping. Never use Amazon Shopping? Andrew, I'm not sure. You mean YouTube shopping? I'm pretty sure you meant YouTube shopping. Quit using IPX last year. Only extension I use is Bendable, Logi, and Oink. Okay, great. Yeah, you meant YouTube shopping. Oh, Roxy, I need that bread maker. I know. If I was into making bread, I would definitely get that. Thanks. I did download the report. I was excited and disappointed all in one day. Yeah, yeah. Same. Last Prime Day, so excited. Did tons of back and forth with support. No love. Mm. Stephanie said, I say Logi products offer everything but the kitchen sink. But I was offered a kitchen sink to make content for. I passed. Oh, those are cute. I was just matched with a utility sink yesterday and I accepted it. Oh, probably the same one. I have already installed a sink faucet for content. I'm not about to attempt a whole sink. I had a sink offer too. They shipped it to the wrong Addie to someone in Tennessee, though. Oh, one place you should also do research on Amazon is the best sellers list. Absolutely. Absolutely. And these one of these tools can help you with that. And I believe it would be Fluencer Fruit when you go to that bestsellers list. But before I go back into that, I want to just show you this little thing that you can do with the Oink extension now. Now, this is in Creator Connections. You will see on some products, you'll see the pink box around them, which is Oink's way of saying, hey, you might want to check this product out based on the commission rate and the end date of the campaign. Okay, because it's just based on the way Rob does his goes about doing his business. All right, and so he has in his mind, if the campaign ends too soon, then I don't want to do it because I don't have time to get the product, do the video, and actually make my money back. All right, so this is his way, this is his criteria, and this is what also I want to remind you guys, even though we talk about the different criteria, bestsellers list, the sales volume, and all that stuff, you need to make your own checklist. Like, don't go by my checklist or Rob's checklist or Lane's checklist, right? Make this your own. And then that way you'll feel it. You won't even have to look at a checklist. It's your psyche. And you see Andrew has done that himself. He's already got in his mind, I don't do this, and this. I do this, and this. And that's what you all should try to internalize until you find, like maybe this tool doesn't work anymore, or you found something better than this. Then you scratch that off your psyche and replace it with that. All right. So back to what I was saying here is to check product opportunities. So I have one that's a good one that I want to show you. Oh, actually, I have a video that I want to show you that shows you how this works. Okay. There's no talking in the video. It's just me showing you how you make this little thing work. Okay, you click on check product opportunities and it tells you, look at what it tells you, how many sales there were, 200 sales. No upper carousel, lower carousel is full. It tells you how many reviews and all that good stuff. Okay, so that is what's called. Hang on, I gotta stop sharing so I can remember what it's called. Check product opportunities. That word opportunities is very popular in the Amazon community. All right, hang on. I want you to see a different one that has a lot because sometimes what um, the brands will do is put a lot of ASINs into one campaign. All right. And so that is what's happening with this one, which is what we talked about earlier, Artistro, which is a Logie brand. All right. So hang on. Let me make it so it makes sense that you can actually see it. So I go up to the top. Look at that one that I think this might not be the one we talked about earlier. 20,000. Like to me, if something sold 20,000 last week, and especially if Logie says, "Oh, we matched you with the product," just accept. Don't even look at nothing else. Just accept, okay? That's just my opinion, but you know what I'm saying. But it tells you there's an upper carousel, there's 8 videos there. The brand has 4 videos. 4 of them are influencer videos. This is what the Oink extension will tell you when you do this little best opportunities. And then he sorts them by highest sales, lowest upper video count. So you go through and you see, or maybe you decide that you're going to invest in like this brand. This is an amazing brand that you want to maybe reach out to one day. Now can't reach out to them for the Logie affiliate program because they're already in Logie, right? But you can see the opportunities here with, them getting, 4.6 star ratings with 4,300 or 4,400 reviews. Wow. Then there's one that doesn't have uh, a full carousel. This last one right here, doesn't have influencer videos on it. Well, this one only has 50 reviews. I don't know if that's because it's like newish um, product, but go through these is what I'm trying to say. This is another way that you can research. It doesn't always have to um, be for a specific reason. Okay, think about You have this criteria. If you're new to the product, you don't have any connection with it or whatever, but you may have a different set of criteria if it's a Logie product or if it's a brand you use all the time, you've been loyal to for, years before they even started selling it on Amazon. You may have a different criteria. And this is especially helpful for folks that are new, that, when they tell you go around your house and just film everything in your house. When you're learning how to make videos and you can just talk off the dome, I like this microphone because I love the way it has the noise cancellation. I love this, and that. You don't need a script. You don't need to worry about whether you're going to stutter or whether you this is how you start practicing too, right? So there's different reasons for doing product research, but I wanted to just bring some of these to you today. And Andrew said that is a good place to build ideas list as well. Absolutely. Right? You could take those Artristro products. Sorry that I get tongue tied saying that brand name because they are obviously the bomb. Put them in your ideas list. It could be an arts and crafts ideas list, or it could be a kids ideas list, or it could be, something else, right? Have them accept that campaign, or like I said, make that investment. These are low dollar items. So it's not going to break anybody's bank to even buy a $30 or $40 set to if you're not getting matched. But if you are getting matched, then that's something else that you may have a criteria. Every time you get a match with Logie, you may want to just take a look at certain things on your personal checklist, right? Megan says, add it to an art therapy list. There you go. And then, of course, we know we have our beautiful Bendable that we can add these things to as well, right? So that's the beauty of having Bendable, because we know that there's shoppers on Amazon, they're all over the place, but there's so much competition. And when you see these carousels being filled up and all that stuff, there's so much competition. Oh, let me put it on my Bendable list because not as much competition. It's getting kind of crowded in Bendable, but still, but it's still nowhere near, not even a smidgen of the shopping and all of that activity that goes on Amazon. Andrew said every little bit adds up quick, especially if they sell a lot each month. Exactly, Eileen. Gotta love Bendable. Yes. Bendable has been awesome for TikTok as well. Solved a huge pain point for me. Yes, Benable has this TikTok challenge. They have a fall contest, and I'm pretty sure I shared it in the group. If I didn't, I know I shared it in one of these sessions. Make sure you apply for that contest. Even if you don't win, you get on the Benable team radar. See, they're not that big behemoth, like where the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing, right? There's probably less than 100 people working at Benable, and they all talk amongst themselves. Okay? So you want to get on their radar, you make that list, you optimize it, you enter the contest. Doesn't matter if you think you're going to win. Of course, if you win, yay, you know. But that's how I got on their radar, because I won one of the first contests they ever had. And plus, I sat on the phone and on Zoom, talking to them in the very beginning. And yeah, they're good at responding because um, they don't have the same agenda as like an Amazon. Because I think this person who started it, Tony, I think he's already independently wealthy. So it's just like a fun little project for him. Venable is. right? Roxy says, I didn't see a fall contest. All right, Roxy, we'll make sure that you get the. And that reminds me, Amazon, Benable, and Walmart, those are the ones that I all have these broadcast channels on Instagram where they share all the good stuff. So right now, I'm really only going on Instagram because I want to check to see if Walmart Creator or Venable or Amazon posted anything. Okay. So, okay. And Roxy said, oh, I see it. It came in while I've been in here. Okay. And I believe this is Amy Zoom user. I didn't see any details of it either. Okay. Well, I'm going to get you that link. Um, yeah, today they sent out a reminder email, only 11 days left to enter the fall 25 list contest. You know, and it is doable. It is doable to win their contests. So give it a try. Give it a try. Catherine G. Yeah, question. I have a question. Do we have to make a video for every AI matches in Logi if we accept? You need to make some content.
Content, yeah, but I wasn't sure if it was gonna have to be a video because I get a lot of matches for like dog supplements, but I have a dog, but it's not like I give all the supplements to the dogs. So I don't know if you have to make a video or we can make other content in order to pass that, where you have to make content,
Can I
is what I
jump
mean.
in?
Go ahead,
Sure.
Stephanie.
So I wanted a product from Logie. I don't remember if it was a Artistro or if it was Chocola. Um, but one of the brands I put on my Benable list. I have a homeschooling list on Benable, and I added the product to my list. I was
Yeah.
matched with products from the brand later on after I added them to my list. So I accepted one and I emailed back and forth and switched the other one to a different product that I was more interested in than what I was offered. And when I went to submit, so I had that come in, and then I had a different product come in at the same time. I did the content, just photographs for to start with for both brands, and then I wound up getting that email from Logie that I hadn't submitted my content for one of the
Mhm.
two brands, and I was like, "Uh-oh, what went wrong?" Because I knew I submitted the content. I had
Right.
forgotten to go onto my laptop and synchronize. So I only got the notification for the one brand that I submitted photos of after I received the product. The other brand, I didn't get like that notification that I was missing content because it was already on my Benable list. So I think adding it just to Benable is enough to tell the Logie algorithm I've made content with this. And I also do a lot of photography. I don't always do the videos, or sometimes I'll do the
Oh, okay.
photography when the product comes in. And then
Mhm.
I'll do a video later on, like after the 2 week time has passed. But it's okay because I've already submitted the one piece of content that's required um,
Okay.
by Logie. And then I just continue making content with the products because I use art products. So
I mean,
you're
I could just like make a video of I don't have to have it giving it to the dog or something, right?
No, you can just
Okay.
show it. You can show
Okay.
the bottle on screen. You can show the pill on screen. You can, you
Okay.
know,
That's better because
supplements
I mean, I
are
don't want to stuff my
touchy.
dog with all kinds of supplements, but I get a lot of
Yeah,
those, but I don't, I just say skip it. But if
you
I
can also
cannot,
just take the bottle and take a photo of the bottle with the pill next to the bottle, include a ruler or something so
mm,
that it shows how big the pill is.
okay.
Um, and when I do supplements or anything with ingredients, any food
Oh,
products, I like to take pictures of the packaging that shows the ingredients list because that's something
okay.
as a consumer I'm always looking for.
Right. Oh, okay. Thanks for that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's better. I just didn't know if you have to make video right away of of giving it to the dog or something, because that's not what I do. But I still want to accept it if I can. So that's all.
Great, great. And don't forget collages.
Yes.
Don't forget
Okay.
making collages. And your collage doesn't have to be busy with a whole bunch of different things,
Mhm.
especially the way the Canva integration is chef's kiss.
Okay.
Because making collages on the Amazon desktop is awkward because you when you go and you drag things around, it doesn't go to the top or it doesn't go to the bottom.
Okay.
That's awkward. Just use the Canva if you know how to use Canva.
Could you make a collage of one product,
You could.
or is
I've done
collage
that.
usually more than one?
It's it it may not be considered as a collage by
Right.
Amazon.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I've done that a few times with
Okay.
but I just wanted to use Canva to not just have like just the picture, but
Right.
have it in part of a template.
Right.
And,
Okay.
I can't say it converted well, to be honest, but I'm not artsy like that,
Yeah.
but
Okay. Well, that helps then.
I play one on TV, but I'm not an artist. Okay. And Andrew said you have to remember, as influencers, we are independent marketers making advertisements for the brand. We are the commercial makers for Amazon. And Megan has some great advice. Megan, how come you're not unmuting yourself? Because we love hearing your voice. Catherine, take a picture of the bottle and pill with the dog in the background. You don't have to give it to your pup if you're not comfy, but adding the dog to the photo will get more views. Great tip. Come on, Megan. Are you? My mic isn't working. Oh man, we gotta get y'all. Y'all need to go on Amazon. I have an ideas list because everybody's got a problem with their mic. What's up with you, Latoya? Are you getting any ideas from this conversation today? What
Oh,
are you using any of these?
absolutely. I loved
Are
all the products that you showed too. So yeah,
great. Are you
always.
using any of these
Absolutely.
tools?
Oh yeah.
Which
The only
ones?
one that I'm not using is Fluencer Fruit.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can do a trial. Lane, put your link in the um chat, okay? Because you can do a trial.
Hmm.
Because this is what I want to show y'all next. I want to go on.
And I would love to see like people that are using the tools, does it distinguish between, like, say if you're using all three, I definitely use Logi. So if you're doing Logi, doing Fluencer Fruit, and you're doing Oink, does it, because I do Oink and Logi. I'm not sure what Fluencer Fruit looks like that would distinct, like, you know what I mean?
Look,
Distinguish.
I'm gonna show you. I think it's important for me to show you guys this because
Perfect.
actually I used it today to buy something for my grandson. You know how yeah, y'all know how kids they don't listen to you sometimes. Y'all know that, right? Even your adult kids, they
All
don't
the
listen to you.
time.
So I had told my daughter when she first moved to Atlanta that, and she was trying to figure out her routine, with my 5-year-old grandson, trying to figure out her routine. And I said, you should get a bento box. She ignored me. Although now she swears that she didn't ignore me. She just didn't have the money to get the bento box. Duh, I was going to buy the bento box, silly rabbit. So, anyhow, so now this morning the conversation comes up because that was in March. Here it is, September. Guess who's ready to buy bento boxes? All right, so you know what? I'm going to turn IPX off. I'm sorry because this is a little confusing because they kind of give conflicting information. So hang on. I have a little shortcut that I use on my Stream Deck, so I can go turn off that, then come back. Oh, jeez. Zoom is being annoying right now. Sorry. All right, so you could just see Fluencer Fruit because Fluencer Fruit has a lot. I will say that they have a lot of information. For me, this morning when I was doing my little research on bento boxes to send Joseph, I was looking for this little symbol. I'm going to show you my little symbol this little symbol right here that says it's in Creative Connections. Yay! And you open that up and it gives you the link to the campaign. It even tells you what the percentage is, when it started, when it's over, and etc. But, you go in here, you get more details about the videos in the carousel, if there's a brand video. In this case, of course, it says no for my videos and all that good stuff because, of course, y'all know I don't have a bento box, and I won't have one. But they gotta send me a picture. I put that in the how you can add a gift note. Yeah, take good pictures of the bento box after you put Joseph's lunch in it. So anyway, so here we go, and then you can see how many monthly sales, $8,000. I mean, 8,000. I'm sorry. I'm not sure if this is the one that I bought. And then you see this BSR. And for those that may be new who don't know what that means, is the bestseller rank. Now you can see this without the tool, the bestseller rank, but it's when you're on a search page, you can see them all right on the search page because this overlay pops up. Otherwise, I would have to click into each one of these to see the bestseller rank. All right. So it tells me that in kitchen and dining, it's in see top 100. Number 8 in bento boxes. All right. And I don't know what this, oh, was this an ad? So this one was an ad. So this is telling me that that was an ad. All right. And,
So
all
go,
these,
can you
go
go
ahead.
back a bit,
Hmm. Yeah.
Eileen? So the one next to it says that in that category is number one.
Number 1 in bento boxes.
Wow.
Here is yeah, because it's the cheapest one. Uh,
Got it.
and the one that I bought, which I think is this one, yeah, next to it, they keyword stuff the title because listen to the one that I bought. It's bento box, adult lunchbox, 4-pack, 5-compartment meal prep container for kids. Now, is it for kids or is it for adults? So
Right.
that's where that keyword stuffing, and it's okay. In this case, um, this was convenient for her because she even said, "Yeah, this way I don't have to wash it out every day." Yeah, because you're going to get 5 of them for $14.99, right? This other one, which is the overall pick, uh, you're only getting the one, but it's only $8.99, but it's on a deal, limited Prime deal. I guess if you don't have Prime, it's
This is not in Creator
9.99.
Connections though, right?
Let's look. No, correct.
Got
That's
it.
that.
So all of
But
these things kind of weigh depending on what makes sense.
that's why I want to impress on you guys to make your own checklist.
Yeah. Yes.
Y'all might not care about it being in Creative Connections. Now, in this case, because I'm actually buying the product because we need it,
Correct. Sure. Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
But if you were investing in something that you're like, let me see if like I've been seeing a lot of pool cleaners. Okay, I realize it's not pool season, but I've been seeing that a lot, right? Pool cleaners, and you like, this is a high ticket item. Do I want to invest in this because, you heard it was trending or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Then you have a different list of criteria of things that you wanted to meet. You want it to be uh, a really good seller that doesn't have a lot of other competition with
Right.
videos.
Right. Makes sense. Yeah.
Unless you can get the product for free, in which case you don't care how many other videos are
Right.
out there.
Exactly.
But if you're going to invest money,
Where should you?
and
Yeah.
so that's why I want, and I hope I'm not going to give y'all homework, but I just want y'all to think about your own criterias every time you're either making a purchase for yourself or you're getting a Logi match or you're doing just some research about, like, I know this particular product is trending, like Amazon just added Nike, right? Nike, all this time I never knew Nike wasn't on Amazon. All right, but they sent the email and they said, okay, but I know I have a fitness um, ideas list. Oh, you best believe I'm gonna put some Nike on there. Now, I'm not gonna fill up my list with Nike, okay? But I have my criteria of, okay, and I know they're not creator connections, so that's out. So, but I have my own criteria of what I wanted to put based on the other stuff that I already have on the list. Like if I already have 5 pair of yoga pants, I'm not going to add it just because it's Nike, right? I'm good. But maybe I'm missing the skirt or the skirt or the top or whatever. So you got to weigh these things. But in my mind, it's better if you do it ahead of time. If you already have it, whether it's written down, it's on a little notepad, or it's just in your head, it just makes it go quicker for you because you could say, nope, it don't sell enough. Nope, full carousels. Nope, or whatever your criteria may be. Does that make sense?
Oh
Come on,
yeah.
somebody say yes. Michelle said, I got my Nikes up quick, quick. Andrew, I don't care if products are in CC. It's a bonus if they are, though, because I look for products with at least 50 plus a month, preferably higher sales, but at least 50. So everybody should have in their head, what are you looking for, creator connections or not? Are you looking for a certain number of sales? What's that number? Are you looking for a certain number of star ratings? Like you just saw on, let's go back here before we close out. I want to go back to this one thing that uh, Fluencer Fruit has is what they call the banana score. Now, you may, based on experience of using this tool, you may say, I don't want anything with this low. This is saying that this product is not going to be good for me. It's 47. I forget. I guess it goes up to 100. I don't know. I don't know enough about the tool. I just started using it, right? But this one's higher. So, hey, maybe I want that one. But I had already, look, 27.99. Nah, it wasn't that serious. The little boy probably lose a thing. So I'm not spending $30. I don't care if it is in creative connections. So all these things you come up with your own personal set of criteria, but this is another guide that you can use. Also, what I showed you in Oink earlier is another guide that you can use where you're seeing the carousels are full, or there it's not an upper carousel, or the upper is full, but the lower is open. Now, I know, like from listening to Rob all the time, he doesn't care about the lower carousels. Me and anybody who does fashion or has any fashions, you got to care about the lower carousel because there is no upper. There just ain't no upper. So the lower is important. And I sell a lot of, especially, people want to see what a plus size woman looks like. And these clothes, they sick of looking at these size 5 women, right? So, yay for the big girls. So anyway, yeah. Okay, Andrew said, by the way, ladies, I'm updating the resource list on my income booster community. Yeah, Andrew's Facebook group. I haven't heard of it either. Yes, Andrew has a Facebook group, so he just put the link there. So we need to, I think, dive a little bit deeper into some of these tools. So I would love for you all to like come up with some questions so that maybe in our next session we can go a little deeper, or if you have a specific category or product range that you want us to like search through together, we can do that together because it's kind of like workshopping stuff. And yeah, what do you think? Does that sound good? Antoine says Chat GPT for president. Remember, Chat GPT is not the only one out there. There's Claude, Perplexity, and I use Magi, which has them all in there, but oh, Andrew says definitely, Eileen. Okay, great. And Catherine says yes. All right, delayed responses. Thank you, thank you. There's so much we can dive into. Yes, there is, and I want your ideas. You know, you share them with me in the group. You can message me. Always, always know anybody that's in these groups can message me. If you ever like, I didn't want to ask you this question in the group. Ehud is the only person that can't message me. No, I'm just kidding. Hi, Ehud.
I love messaging you. It's the
Yeah, I
best
know
ever.
it is.
Wow. So a bunch of people here in the group, and I just wanted to, put a little plug to say amazing work for a few creators who lifted the glove and started reaching out to all these brands, and we're starting having all these brands signing up to Logi with your invitation codes. And I'm telling you, you guys are so smart because these are the same brands that reach out to all thousands of Amazon influencers, and literally the first ones are going to win the lottery here. So what I'm going to do, and if you're watching it live again, you're super lucky because you probably have the invitation code already that I gave you last week. You had like a huge edge, but today I'm sending everybody on Logi their invitation codes. And some of them, most of them will not know how to handle it yet. But those who are actually watching this now and are going to watch the recording later on today or tomorrow, today is the 19th of September. Everybody's going crazy for Q4. Q4 is starting in 2 weeks from now, less than 2 weeks. You have literally the next few days to tell all these brands, guys, if you're not using Logi, then you're missing out because Logi has all the Amazon influencers, and we know it's invitation only, but we have a code that will get you to skip the invitation code, to skip the waiting list. You can literally start going into Logi and start getting all these influencer content amazing. They will match you with everybody. I'm going to be the first one to be matched because I'm referring you. So that gives me a huge, boost. Every time this brand is going to promote a product, whoever referred that brand to Logi, the first one to be matched, no matter what. That's like the edge of the Logi affiliates that are going to push it. It's amazing. So you have the first right of refusal. You don't want it, skip it. Goes to the next, influencers that are going to be matched with the AI. You'll always be the first one, no matter what new product they're launching with Logi. And then every month you're going to make money. As long as they're with Logi, you're going to make money every single month from them. It's going to be added to your ongoing payment. You're just going to see all these bonuses in your account. Wow, it's like this. I feel like it's a unique opportunity right now because there's that scarcity element into it, right? That's that scarcity element telling guys there's a reason why you're contacting them. They're like, hey guys, we know Q4 is coming in and you reached out to me before. Just so you'll know, we have a few codes that we're able to invite a few of our favorite brands to join Logi. I know Logi is an invitation only, and I know maybe you heard about it and you had to be in the waiting list, but no more. You can use my code to skip the waiting list and get double the amount of influencers during Q4 for the same amount of money you would pay to be in there. It depends on our packages, right? We have a small, medium, and large package, and boom, tell them, get the large package, get double the amount of influencers that Logi are going to use the AI to match you with. And if they do that, wow, that's going to be amazing because you're going to get $100 a month every single month that they're using that big package. $100. So if 10 brands join and sign up for this bigger package, that's like $1,000 extra in your pocket. So if you're not spending the next 2-3 days on actually just going through your inbox, spending an hour or two to hit that reply and copy paste your email that you're going to write to them, as personal as it can get, like literally whatever feels the most natural and personal. Hey guys, just so you'll know, Q4 is coming. I know you're looking for huge success in Q4 with Amazon influencers, and you know that Amazon influencers are literally taking over Amazon. Then I just want to share that with you because I think you'll be happy to use it. Yeah, Eileen.
Yes, tell them how to get their code because these folks will get it before you send it out to everybody else. Because there's like 3 people that weren't here last week, like Stephanie, um, Megan. Oh no, who was it? Stephanie said, oh, Roxy they did not get their code.
So basically, we already generated a unique code for every creator, and we are. I'm going to email everybody those codes in the next few in the next hour or two. So everybody's going to get an email. Those who listen to us right now have that edge because they will be looking for that email. A lot of these influencers that are going to get this email from me are going to say, "Oh, okay, that's cool. I might be interested in utilizing it later." But the smart people will double down as soon as they get that because it's a gold rush. Only the first people who are jumping in are going to really make a big boosted leverage from that. So I just want you guys to be the first ones because the people who are watching us live, I feel like they should always be getting an edge over everybody else. And I just wanted to hop into this call and tell you guys that we already have a few dozen brands that signed up just from like there were, I think, 10 people, 15 people that asked codes in the last session. They got the codes, and we already have these brands coming in with your codes, and they're signing up, and everybody has that one-on-one meeting with our account success managers, explaining to them, pushing that biggest package so you guys can get the most revenue out of it. Listen, guys, if you're not taking advantage of it right now, you'll see. You'll start emailing people and say, "Oh yeah, I just got an email from Lane, and he already gave me his code, so we already signed up with his code." Or they'll just say, "Oh yeah, we're already there." And now there's only 60 brands in Logi. You know it, 60, maybe 70 brands. In a few days, there's going to be 100, and then 200. There's thousands of brands out there. Get them before another influencer gets them, and get that one full year of affiliate commission. That could be $1,200 for every brand just for an email you're sending right now. I'm sorry I'm sounding pushy, but I want you to make that money, and I want Logi to grow with you guys, that you'll help us make that thing explode. So yeah.
So question for you, the code you sent last week, is that still valid?
Yeah. So whoever
Okay,
got a code
perfect.
last week, we kept it, and everybody else we created new codes for them.
Okay, cool. I'll start today.
The only one that needs to make sure that he's using lowercase is Lane. Lane, make sure your code is all lowercase and not like upper L and upper thing. So yeah, Lane vids in lowercase. But if you have question, you can reach out to me and stuff. But other than that, I'm working on the email blast so I can send it to everybody. And I want everybody to make a big fortune in Q4 because a lot of these brands will join Logi, and we'll have tons of products for you guys. And Logi is all about getting you the top products and getting you the commissions and protecting you. So you always get paid. No matter if the brands end up paying us or not, we have the shield that protects you guys, and will always pay you the money. So let us do the hard lifting, the heavy lifting, and you just enjoy the fruits. Not just the fruity fruit, loopy banana fruit, but all the other fruits as well.
All right. So there you have it. I know that there are some more questions. Uh, I think Ehud, I don't know if you can capture them somehow. And like we know that you're going to roll out a dashboard so we can see, like, track which brand.
And also
Nicole wants to know, can she find out before you roll out that dashboard?
yeah, absolutely. So one of the scripts that I'm writing, one of the scripts that are going to be in the code is that every time someone's using your code and signs up, whether they take a package or not, you'll be notified. So I can have that email sent to you saying, "Oh my God, someone just used your code to sign up to Logi." It doesn't mean they took a package yet, but they did sign up, and we're going to be reaching out to them to schedule an onboarding meeting, because then they meet with an actual person from the group. It's probably going to be Stas, and you know how he sells so good. So he'll be able to get you the biggest package, so you get good affiliate fee from that. But once that happens, that you'll be notified that they signed up. Again, doesn't mean that they're going to buy a package, but once they are actually enrolled in the package, then at least okay, I sent like 10 people, hopefully 5 of them signed up, and you'll start seeing it in your monthly revenue. It's going to actually say everything very clearly.
Awesome. Well, you're going to be on a 2:00 call as well, Ehud, right?
Yeah, I'll throw that concept there as well for a few minutes to
Okay.
mention that. So if you guys have more questions, then I'll probably be able to answer more questions there. Now I'm just fine tuning the landing page for you guys. So you'll get the email, you'll go to the website, you'll be able to watch how I showed it last week. I have that video, and And yeah, and hopefully, people will take action right now because brands open up their wallets in Q4 and everybody's going to benefit from it. Every brand you bring into Logi, meaning more amazing products for Logi creators, meaning more commissions for everybody, meaning, guys, you're becoming a part of this freaking beast that you're building. You're literally building it with us, and it's going to be amazing. It's just going to be amazing.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for coming, and see you at 2 p.m. Sorry for going over, but y'all know what to expect, right? And Ehud, thank you, and the Logi team. Emmy, you're amazing as well. Thank you for all you do. See y'all at 2.
Thank you, guys. See you at 2. Ask me all the questions at 2 p.m. and I'll be happy to answer. Bye, guys.
Bye.